In the heart of the ancient African kingdom of Nzuri, nestled between lush green hills and a shimmering river, lived two sisters of unparalleled beauty and strength. Their names were Amara and Zai. Both were known throughout the land not only for their dark, radiant skin and enchanting brown eyes but also for their impressive dreadlocks, which they adorned with golden beads that glistened under the African sun. Amara, the elder sister, wore a crown of intricately woven gold, symbolizing her wisdom and future as the Queen of Nzuri. Her earrings, long and adorned with precious gemstones, spoke of her noble lineage and the responsibility that lay ahead of her. She was a skilled diplomat, able to mediate conflicts and bring peace to the realm with her calm demeanor and sharp intellect. Zai, on the other hand, was a fierce warrior. She wore no crown, but her earrings were made of obsidian, a testament to her strength and bravery. Her dark hair, often tied back in a bun during battles, flowed freely on peaceful days, cascading down her back like a waterfall of midnight. Zoe's role was to protect the kingdom, and her prowess with the spear and shield was known far and wide. One day, a threat emerged from the neighboring kingdom of Kijoni. The envious king sought to conquer Nzuri, lured by tales of its wealth and beauty. His army marched towards Nzuri's borders, confident in their strength. Amara and Zai knew they had to act swiftly to protect their homeland. Amara, with her diplomatic skills, sought to negotiate peace. She met with the king of Kijoni under the grand baobab tree, offering a truce and proposing an alliance that would benefit both kingdoms. Her words were wise and her demeanor calm, but the king's greed blinded him, and he refused her offer. With diplomacy failing, Zai prepared the warriors of Nzuri for battle. She led them to the front lines, her presence a beacon of hope and strength. As the two armies clashed, Zai's dreadlocks streamed behind her like a banner of resilience, and her obsidian earrings caught the light of the setting sun, making her look like a goddess of war. The battle was fierce, but Nzuri's warriors, inspired by Zai's bravery and Amara's guidance, fought with unmatched valor. As Zai's spear struck down enemy after enemy, Amara orchestrated strategic maneuvers that outsmarted the Kijoni forces. In the end, Nzuri emerged victorious. The sisters stood side by side on the battlefield, their people cheering around them. Amara's golden crown glinted in the sunlight, and Zai's obsidian earrings seemed to pulse with the energy of the earth itself. They had protected their kingdom, not just with might, but with wisdom and unity. As they returned to the capital, the people of Nzuri celebrated their heroes. The bond between Amara and Zai had grown even stronger through the trial, and their reign was marked by peace and prosperity. The sisters' legacy lived on, a testament to the power of strength, wisdom, and unbreakable family bonds. Years passed, and Nzuri flourished under the wise rule of Amara and the vigilant protection of Zai. The kingdom became a beacon of culture, art, and knowledge. Amara established schools and libraries, inviting scholars from distant lands to share their wisdom. Zai trained a new generation of warriors, instilling in them the values of honor, courage, and loyalty. One day, a traveler from a far-off land arrived in Nzuri, bearing news of an ancient artifact hidden deep within the jungles of Umand, a neighboring region known for its untamed wilderness and fierce creatures. This artifact, a legendary necklace called the Heart of the Earth, was said to possess immense power that could bring prosperity or destruction, depending on who wielded it. Amara and Zai knew that if such an artifact fell into the wrong hands, it could threaten the peace they had worked so hard to build. They decided to embark on a quest to retrieve the Heart of the Earth. Alongside them came a select group of warriors and scholars, each chosen for their unique skills and loyalty to the kingdom. The journey through the Umand jungle was arduous. Thick vines and towering trees obscured their path, and the air was thick with humidity. The sounds of exotic birds and distant roars of unseen beasts added to the sense of danger. But Amara and Zai pressed on, their determination unwavering. One night, as they camped by a crystal-clear stream, the group was attacked by a band of rogue treasure hunters who had also heard of the heart of the earth. A fierce battle ensued, and Zai, with her unmatched combat skills, led the defense. Her dreadlocks whipped through the air as she fought, her obsidian earrings gleaming in the moonlight, a stark contrast to the dark shadows around them. Amara, meanwhile, used her strategic mind to outmaneuver the attackers, directing their warriors with precision. After a hard-fought victory, the group continued deeper into the jungle, finally reaching an ancient temple hidden beneath a canopy of emerald leaves. The temple was covered in intricate carvings depicting the history of the artifact and the trials one must overcome to obtain it. Inside, they faced numerous challenges, puzzles that tested their intellect, traps that required agility to avoid, and mystical guardians that demanded proof of their worthiness. Amara's wisdom and knowledge guided them through the puzzles, while Zai's strength and bravery helped them overcome the physical challenges. At the heart of the temple, they found the heart of the earth. It was a stunning necklace, with a pendant shaped like a heart made of a rare, radiant gemstone that seemed to pulse with the life force of the earth itself. Amara approached it reverently, her golden crown reflecting the soft light of the gem, while Zai stood guard, her eyes scanning for any threats. As Amara reached out to take the necklace, the temple began to shake, as if testing whether they were truly worthy. Amara spoke words of respect and gratitude to the spirits of the temple, promising to use the heart of the earth for the good of all. The shaking subsided, and the artifact allowed itself to be taken. With the heart of the earth in their possession, Amara and Zai returned to Nzuri, where they were hailed as heroes. The artifact was placed in a sacred chamber within the palace, where its power could be harnessed to ensure the continued prosperity of the kingdom. Amara used its energy to heal the land, making the soil more fertile and the rivers more abundant, while Zai infused its strength into the warriors' training, ensuring Nzuri's protection for generations to come. The story of Amara and Zai's quest became a legend, inspiring the people of Nzuri to value wisdom and courage, and to always strive for the greater good. The sisters ruled together for many years, their bond unbreakable, their legacy immortal, and their kingdom thriving under their dual guidance. As the years passed, Nzuri's prosperity attracted visitors and scholars from across the continent. Among them was a young woman named Kaisai, an expert in ancient artifacts, who came seeking knowledge and offering her skills to the kingdom. She had heard of Amara and Zai's heroic deeds and was eager to learn from them. With her arrival, Nzuri's court gained a valuable ally and a new friend. One day, an emissary arrived from the distant kingdom of Yutu, bringing troubling news. Yutu was suffering from a mysterious blight that was withering their crops and poisoning their water. The emissary begged Amara and Zai for help, hoping that the wisdom and strength of Nzuri's leaders could save their land. Amara, ever compassionate, agreed to help. She convened a council of Nzuri's best scholars, including Kaisai, to devise a plan. Meanwhile, Zai prepared a contingent of warriors to accompany them, ready to protect the mission from any dangers they might encounter. The journey to Yutu was long and perilous. They traveled through dense forests, across wide rivers, and over treacherous mountains. Along the way, they encountered numerous challenges, wild animals, bandits, and natural obstacles. Zai led the way with her fearless determination, while Amara offered wisdom and guidance to keep their spirits high. Upon reaching Yutu, they were greeted by a scene of desolation. The once fertile land was barren, and the people were weak and desperate. Amara and Zai immediately set to work. Amara, with Kaisai's help, examined the soil and water, seeking the source of the blight. Zai organized the warriors to help the villagers, rebuilding their homes and protecting them from further harm. Through their research, Amara and Kaisai discovered that the blight was caused by a cursed artifact hidden deep within the kingdom's sacred forest. The artifact, a dark amulet, had been buried there long ago and had since poisoned the land with its malevolent energy. The only way to break the curse was to retrieve the amulet and purify it with the power of the heart of the earth. Amara and Zai, along with Kaysai and a group of warriors, ventured into the sacred forest. The journey was fraught with danger. The forest was alive with dark magic, and they had to navigate through thick underbrush and evade the traps set by the ancient curse. Zai's strength and combat skills were crucial in protecting the group from the enchanted creatures that guarded the forest. At the heart of the forest, they found the dark amulet, its presence a palpable evil that weighed heavily on their spirits. Amara carefully took the amulet, and they began the journey back to Nzuri, determined to cleanse it of its curse. Back in Nzuri, they performed a sacred ritual using the heart of the earth. The ritual was complex and required the combined efforts of Amara's wisdom, Zari's strength, and Kaysai's knowledge of ancient artifacts. As they chanted and prayed, the heart of the earth began to glow, its radiant light enveloping the dark amulet. Slowly, the curse was lifted. The amulet's darkness dissipated, replaced by a gentle, golden glow. The land of Utu began to heal, its crops flourishing once more, and its waters running clear. The people of Utu rejoiced, their gratitude boundless. Amara, Zari, and Kaysai returned to Nzuri as heroes once again. The bond between the sisters was stronger than ever, and Kaysai had become a trusted friend and ally. Together, they continued to lead Nzuri with wisdom, courage, and compassion, their legacy growing with each passing day. The story of their journey to Utu became another cherished legend, a testament to the power of unity, the importance of knowledge, and the enduring strength of sisterhood. Under their rule, Nzuri thrived, becoming a beacon of hope and prosperity for all who sought its light. In the ancient and verdant kingdom of Nzuri, the bond between the sisters Amara and Zai had grown stronger than ever. Their legacy of wisdom and strength was known far and wide, drawing people from across the continent to learn from them. Amara, with her golden crown and wise eyes, was a revered queen, and Zai, with her obsidian earrings and warrior spirit, was a celebrated protector. One morning, as the sisters prepared for their daily duties, an urgent message arrived from the kingdom of Umand, known for its dense jungles and mystical secrets. The message spoke of a dire situation. An ancient and powerful artifact, the Tear of the Moon, had been stolen from the Temple of Light. The Tear of the Moon was said to hold immense power, capable of bringing great prosperity or devastating ruin depending on who wielded it. The High Priestess of Umand pleaded for their help, fearing the artifact would be used for nefarious purposes. Amara and Zai knew they couldn't ignore this call for help. They quickly assembled a team of their most trusted warriors and scholars, including Kaysai, the expert in ancient artifacts who had become a close ally and friend. Together, they set off on a new journey, determined to retrieve the Tear of the Moon and prevent catastrophe. The journey to Umand was fraught with challenges. They traversed vast savannas, navigated treacherous mountain paths, and crossed roaring rivers. Along the way, they faced wild beasts and cunning bandits. Zai's combat skills and leadership kept the group safe, while Amara's wisdom and Kaysai's knowledge guided them through the most difficult terrains. Upon reaching Umand, they were welcomed by the High Priestess, a regal woman with deep knowledge of the mystical arts. She led them to the Temple of Light, a grand structure adorned with ancient carvings and surrounded by lush jungle. The temple sanctum, where the Tear of the Moon had been kept, was now empty, its protective spells shattered. The High Priestess explained that a rogue sorcerer named Mfom had stolen the artifact. Mfom, once a respected guardian of the temple, had turned to dark magic in his quest for power. With the Tear of the Moon, he intended to unleash a terrible curse upon the world, plunging it into eternal darkness. Determined to stop Mfom, Amara, Zai, Kaysai, and their companions ventured deep into the jungle, following the traces of dark magic that led to Mfom's hidden lair. The jungle was thick with enchantments and dangerous creatures, each step fraught with peril. Zai led the way, her keen senses and combat prowess ensuring their safety, while Amara used her wisdom to decipher the magical traps that lay in their path. After days of arduous travel, they arrived at Mfom's fortress, a dark and foreboding structure hidden within a cliffside. The air was thick with malevolent energy, and the group steeled themselves for the battle ahead. Zay rallied the warriors, her voice a clarion call to courage, while Amara devised a strategy to infiltrate the fortress and confront Mfom. Inside the fortress, they encountered fierce resistance from Mfom's minions, dark creatures twisted by his magic. Zay fought with unmatched ferocity, her dreadlocks whipping through the air and her obsidian earrings gleaming with every strike. Amara and Kesai used their combined knowledge to neutralize the magical defenses and guide the group towards the inner sanctum. In the heart of the fortress, they found Mfom, standing before an altar where the tear of the moon hovered, pulsing with dark energy. Mfom's eyes glowed with a sinister light as he chanted incantations, drawing power from the artifact. The final confrontation began, a clash of light and dark, of strength and cunning. Amara confronted Mfom with words of wisdom, attempting to appeal to the remnants of his better nature. But Mfom, consumed by his lust for power, was beyond redemption. As the battle raged, Zay engaged Mfom directly, her spear clashing against his dark magic. The air crackled with energy, the ground trembling beneath their feet. With Amara's strategic guidance and Zay's unyielding strength, they gained the upper hand. Kesai, using her deep knowledge of ancient artifacts, identified the weak point in Mfom's spell. In a final, desperate move, she directed Amara and Zay to channel their combined energies into the heart of the earth, which they had brought with them for this very purpose. As they focused their powers, the heart of the earth glowed with an intense light, overpowering the dark magic of the tear of the moon. Mfom's spells unraveled, and with a final, thunderous crack, the tear of the moon was purified. Mfom, stripped of his dark power, collapsed to the ground, his threat neutralized. The tear of the moon, now restored to its original, benevolent state, was returned to the Temple of Light. The High Priestess and the people of Umand rejoiced, their gratitude boundless. Amara and Zali, along with Kesai and their companions, were hailed as heroes once more. Returning to Nzuri, the sisters continued to lead their kingdom with wisdom, courage, and compassion. Their adventures and the lessons they learned became part of Nzuri's rich tapestry of legends, inspiring future generations to strive for the greater good. Amara and Zai's bond, forged in trials and triumphs, remained unbreakable. Together, they ensured that Nzuri flourished, a beacon of hope and prosperity in a world ever in need of heroes.